Welcome to LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope you enjoy the content you're about to see. LPB Mixed Surface Series Round 7 Race 2 from Red Bull Ring in Austria. Hi everyone, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB Mixed Surface Series on GTSport. This is Round 7 Race 2 here from Austria in the Red Bull Ring in the GRB rally cars with the Ford Focus and the Subaru, and this is Race 2, so the grid is based on the previous results. So let's take you through the grid. So Intrepid is on pole position. It's still wet, so we're all on the intermediate tyres. Intrepid on pole position, and now, because he won that race, he's on 80 kilos for 4th place in the championship now, so he's a little bit heavier in this one. TY is still, he's 2nd place, and he's got 3rd place weight on 120 kilos. Now, it should have been Cyrex up next, but Cyrex goes back down to 12th place on the grid, because unfortunately he disconnected and then rejoined the room, so unfortunately it puts him at the back of the grid. So Scott then becomes the 3rd place, and he takes 3rd. He's weight free, so watch out for him. Keith is in 4th. So Keith in 4th, and he's weight free. Techno 5th, he's also weight free. Then Bidster and Neil together on the grid, 6th and 7th. They're both maximum and 2nd place weight, which is Bidster maximum and Neil 2nd. Rod is in 8th. He's running weight free in this one. Firepower 9th, he's weight free. Red Bull 10th, and he is on 40 kilos for 5th in the championship. Seat 1 is weight free in 11th, and Cyrex at the back in 12th. So let's get on with the race then. Here we go. Waiting for the lights to come on. It's like a different camera at the start this time, because I should have put it on the correct cameras to start off with. So we'll get the lights coming on in a moment. Let's see if I don't think we can see it from this side. And away we go. Intrepid gets a monster start in the Subaru, and so does another blue car coming through the middle. I think that's Techno going down to the outside into the corner, and Bids is on the inside in the white Focus as they all come together. A lot more Ford Focuses in this one, because there are a lot more Subarus in race 1. So here we go, up the hill we go. Keith in 4th place, got Bidster and a few other cars side by side. Bidster with the weight on there in the white Ford Focus, tribute to the 2001, 2002 Ford Focuses from the WRC. Intrepid into the hairpin, then he's in the lead, and everyone else through nicely. Seat 1 looking for a way through. Bidster, oh no, there's contact, cars off. Brothers has gone round. Techno got held up as well, so Techno's waiting, I think, so he must feel like he's at fault. He's getting on with it now, so clearly there's been some communication there, and Scott finally gets going back in 12th, but he's been off as well, or somewhere, so something happened to him. But meanwhile the lead, Intrepid's gone wide, and TY goes through and takes the lead. So the Subaru of Intrepid goes wide, and TY takes the lead in the Ford Focus into the left-hander. There's Bidster, he's up to 4th already with Neil Farmack there making the way through the field. Now, Bidster's very close to winning the championship here, so Neil needs to finish in front of Bidster to keep some kind of championship hope alive. Obviously, we'll calculate the points after this, and we'll see what happens, but Bidster then right behind Neil Farmack, pushing him all the way. Keith has got Seat 1 right behind him as well. Seat 1 looking for a move, Keith defending. Also, Keith is behind his teammate, so he's got his so Bidster's got his wingman, and he's keeping Seek off at the minute. So Keith doing a good job. Seek going for the inside though into the last corner, having a look. Oh, just can't quite do it. I think he's just meanwhile TY, someone with a penalty. TY had a penalty, and so it's Keith, but Keith got his out the last corner, and he panic brakes, and everyone else behind him luckily avoids him. So that's why we say to get rid of the penalties if you've got them before the last corner, because then you've got plenty of time to get rid of them. But Keith there is getting a bit carried away with himself, I think, but down to 8th he goes. Neil Farmack now moves up to 2nd place with the demise of TY after that penalty, but TY is the lighter car out of Neil and Bidster. So it's the lighter car. Oh, Seat 1 up the inside of TY. Meanwhile, someone's just bashed into Cyrex, I think. Was that Red Bull? I think it might have been Red Bull, but someone went cowabunga and took someone off, so again, more contact there. Up to the front then. Intrepid, Neil, Bidster on the inside of Seat 1, defending his 3rd position, but Seat 1 trying to go around the outside in the lighter car, as car off in the background. As I think, let's have a look who that was. That's Techno in the background. He's off. As we go back to seat 1, trying to get through past TY and Bidster. He's alongside TY. He's keeping the inside line, keeping it tight. But TY is trying to go around the outside in the Rebellion Motorsport car, right around the outside. And we can't really see from here, but now we can see as we go out the corner. Bidster holds on. Bidster's held on. He's kept his third. And seat 1's still trying to battle out for the 4th place, but TY's on the inside now for the next right-hander. Second to last corner. And through he goes. He's trying to... Oh, seat 1 trying to keep alongside him, but again there's contact as TY and seat 1 make contact. Seat 1 goes through. TY now left to defend from Red Bull. Again, a bit more contact, but... oh man, this is absolutely fierce, this race. Everyone really going for it as Red Bull comes across the line. A little bit of a penalty there, but they were accumulated out of the last corner. Bidster and Neil got one as well, so they've got a lap to get rid of those penalties as Bidster slides his way through turn 1. Not liking the weight on that Ford Focus, and TY comes up behind, and is that, no, seat 1, sorry, seat 1 goes through. Seat 1 goes through into 3rd place, but in front of Bidster now, and now Neil Farmack challenging for the lead. He needs all the points he can get from this. But Intrepid, he wants points as well, because he's still in the running for a podium finish in the championship, which is what he wants. So Intrepid are getting all the points he can. Bidster and seat 1's through, and now Bidster's getting passed by TY. The big weight on that car is not being liked by the Ford Focus. Doesn't look like it carries its weight as well as the Subaru does. Is into the corner. Contact between Bidster and TY, and they take each other off. Bidster outbrakes himself. Cyrex goes with him. Bidster lets TY go. But in doing that, Cyrex has now come up the inside. Incredible. Into the left-hander. Bidster's got to defend the inside somehow. He's got to try and keep the position, but Cyrex is going to try and go around the outside of him. Sometimes in the wet conditions, you'll find there's more grip on the outside because the racing line sort of polishes itself into the tarmac, and when it's wet, it becomes very slippery. So sometimes it's best to go offline, and actually you'll get more grip from the marbles, which sounds silly, but it's actually true. As there's more water in for the tyres to work properly. As Neil Farmack then has took the lead of the race off Intrepid. Intrepid goes down to second. Neil Farmack leads this race. This is what he needs to keep his championship hopes alive. But Bidster needs to get a better finish than this. Intrepid goes wide. Seat 1 now goes through, and the Seek and Destroy Motorsport cars are now going to be 1-2, I think, because seat 1's coming up to the first corner. He's on the inside of Intrepid. Can he hold on the outside? Meanwhile, further out, we've got 3 wide. 3 wide Red Bull, Cyrex and Bidster into the first corner. Sort yourselves out, boys. It's not going to work like that as Bidster goes round the outside of Red Bull and tries to keep in the toe for Cyrex, but Bidster's going backwards in this one. But meanwhile, Intrepid then holds on to his second place. Still trying to split the 2 Seek and Destroy Motorsport cars. On the brakes into the hairpin. Intrepid just trying to tap the back of Neil there, just trying to get him on with it, but out the corner nicely there. Cyrex through in 5th, 6th for Bidster. Further back, Red Bull, Keith in 8th, Techno's 9th. We've got Rodders in 10th, with Firepower in 11th, and Scott back in 12th. So that's the order so far. There's all contact. Niels goes ahead of Intrepid and he gets hit up the rear, and Intrepid hits him, but luckily they all get away with it. Very lucky to keep going there. TY's now on the back of this bunch as well. Seat 1 on the inside to defend into the corner. Intrepid looking for the outside line. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. The Subaru, incredible grip round the outside. But now back down the hill. Seat 1's going to have the inside for this next one. He'll try and lunge the car at the inside again, but no, Intrepid holds on to his ground and goes round the outside of the Ford Focus and sculls him. So the Subaru clearly then better with the grip around the fast corners and up towards the start finish line in a minute through the last 2 corners. There's Neil in the lead. Intrepid is in second. Seat 1 needs to get for the Seek and Destroy Motorsport team, they need to get Seek in second place so he can cover for Neil, because Neil's under real big threat here from Intrepid. As we go across the line to start lap 5, we're just going to take a break from this action and get some replays into the first half of the race. Here's the replays of the first half of the race. Okay, here's the first of the replays on board with Scott, and look, here he just gets too much wheel spin. Way too much wheel spin, and gets going. And then wash into the first corner we go. Then we go into the first corner, taking it nice and steady because everyone's been trying to get through the first corner cleanly. He just gets on the power way too early while he's still turning, and Cyrex has nowhere to go but just hit him, and Scott takes himself down to the back. And now here's a replay of an incident that happened on lap 1, turn 2, into the hairpin. TY goes wide, Techno goes wide as well, and then Keith just carries too much speed, hits Techno, then it causes a bit of a chain reaction, and that was what left Rodders in a spin as well, and then we all continue. We'll get another angle on that for you now. Here's another angle of that on board with Rodders. So watch here, TY goes wide, Techno goes wide as well. Keep goes over the curb and just hits Techno. We slow down and then we just get wedged, and then Red Bull's left with nowhere to go and hits his teammate round. So just a chain reaction of events there. Here's a replay now on board with Keith, and here's a near miss. Watch Cyrex's car ahead into the corner, brake, and then have to chuck the car sideways to avoid the other cars and go straight to the needle, threads the needle in front of Red Bull, and then rejoins just at the side of Keith. Okay, now here's a replay on board with Keith on lap 3 for something that happened with him and Red Bull and Cyrex. Watch here, he brakes way too late. He's trying to stop the car and trying to avoid everyone that hits Red Bull, and wow, hits Cyrex, and then hits TY a little bit, and then they all get going, but luckily they all survived. How they all survived that, I don't know. And now just after that we go on board with Cyrex, look at Bidster and TY. Watch this, brake into the corner. Intrepid goes wide up ahead, then Bidster and TY take each other off track momentarily. Cyrex then gets right behind and then starts the move on Bidster. Now here's a replay of something that happened to Bidster on lap 4. So we're going down the hill, braking into turn 3. Watch this, Bidster just goes way too hot into the corner. It's the weight of the car not helping him, and the Red Bull goes through into 6th, and Bidster then starts going backwards. And now back to the racing action. And as we come back from the replays, it's 3 wide into turn 1. Seat 1 on the inside and Neil in the middle. Oh, wow! As Seat 1 gets biffed out by his teammate because somehow they went 3 wide into there. Now it's Cyrex, TY and Seat all together. And Neil Farmax lost his lead. His Intrepid's got through on the inside. This is incredible, this. There's so much changing of the leads, I can't keep up. Into the hairpin turn 2. Intrepid on the inside. Neil Farmax going round the outside as Cyrex gets a nice slide on as he goes out the corner. Seat 1 in the background, and that's allowing Red Bull and Bidster to close up to this pack as well, as Cyrex gets the power down with the lighter car on the outside. Brake into the right-hander. Intrepid and Neil giving each other the squeeze. Neil giving Intrepid the squeeze, while giving you enough room as you need, sunshine, but Intrepid stays in the lead for now. Neil trying to hold on around the outside into the left-hander so they can get the inside line into the car. Possible contact, or did he run wide? Intrepid runs wide and bang, hits TY as he comes back on. Oh wow, so he must have got a load of grip at once, came back on, but Intrepid goes down to 5th. Possible contact, I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. But everyone wants this lead. 7 cars in the battle for first place, incredible. Through the spray, we can hardly see who it is as Intrepid moves Cyrex moves across to overtake Neil. Neil Farmax lost his lead to Cyrex, and I don't think Cyrex is going to go backwards now because Cyrex is the lighter car out of all this group. And Intrepid's got a bit of weight on as TY gets a biff from Intrepid right up the backside, but Intrepid lifts off and lets TY live another day. And TY gets the penalty for that, which is stupid, but at least on this game you can get rid of it quite easy at the first corner on this track. Cyrex, Neil, TY, Intrepid. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And TY's penalty extends for running wide a little bit there, so not good, but Intrepid gets one as well, so is Red Bull. It's like a race of who can collect the most penalties in one go. First to 10th, separated by 3 or 4 seconds. This is LPB Racing, and if you're loving what you see here, get pressing that like button, get pressing that subscribe button, and get hitting that notification bell so you can see more of this action on a weekly basis. Through down the hill we go, Intrepid in Seat 1. Together, Cyrex is trying to build a lead, but Neil Farmax actually staying with him. Intrepid on the inside, then goes through, slight contact as Seat 1 turns in, doesn't realise that the Subaru's not quite cleared him yet. Well, then Seat 1 tucks in behind. And meanwhile, Techno's lost it. Techno's had a massive moment further back. Techno loses a few places, goes down to 10th. Bidster's down in 8th. The weight is not helping him at all, as Keith, I think, is trying to stick behind him so he can get as many points as he can. But Bidster then not looking like he's got the pace in this one. He's losing control of the car as well. He's having a bit of a moment there. So Bidster not enjoying this Ford Focus as much as he did the Subaru as he goes up the hill. And he's trying to attack Rodders now, but he can't quite do anything just yet. Further up front we go. Red Bull on the inside of Intrepid. Can't do it. Intrepid runs wide. Rodders then trying to stick with his teammate. Red Bull up ahead, but... well, Red Bull's got past Intrepid actually. He's got past him as Intrepid goes down to 6th. He'll have to lift off a bit more for that penalty. He's got to watch that penalty. He lifts off. There we go. He's lifted off and got rid of it. That's good. Neil Farmack accumulates another one from the last corner. But Sarek's now starting to build his lead. Sarek's starting to build his lead in that blue and silver Ford Focus at the front and the black one. There we are. 139.0, so he's found some rhythm and he's off. So 9/10 on Neil Farmack that last time round, and you can see the gap there. TY to the inside on the brakes. No, folds back in, doesn't bother to go for it, just trying to put Neil under some pressure. And out the corner we go. TY gets some good traction. Neil gets a loaded curb. That might not help him. Intrepid Rodders and Bidster together. Bidster's trying to desperately to catch these lot up, but not had a good last few laps. Bidster in this one. Back to the battle for second place. Neil and TY sliding the car into the corner. Seat 1 trying to get past TY so he can cover for his teammate. Seat 1's not really in the championship running anymore, so he'll try and back up his teammate as much as he can. He's still fighting in the championship for ninth place at the minute, but it's not where you want to be. As Neil Farmack comes out the corner, TY right behind, and TY running a bit wide there in the Rebellion Motorsport car. Seat 1 getting it tucked into the apex. Probably get a better run out the corner. Further back, there's Red Bull and Rodders. Bidster is right behind Rodders as well, looking for a way through. Keith has got Techno right up his back bumper now, because Intrepid's got back down to 10th. Intrepid's gone down to 10th. He's had a mistake or an off, or a series of little events that have happened, and he's gone down to 10th place. Not good for Intrepid. There's Keith. Techno through the last corner. Bidster runs very wide out the last corner. Got to be careful not to accumulate too many penalties, but it's not too bad out the last corner. It's 140.2 for Bidster last time round. He's getting on the pace, but it's a bit too late in the races. Meanwhile, we've got Neil, TY and Seat 1 still very close. I just saw how close they were out the camera shot at the first corner. And this is going to be brilliant. Neil Farmack now to the defence. Seat 1 to the outside of TY. No, he tucks back in. Sensible stuff as he goes into the hairpin. Neil on the inside. TY trying to outbrake Neil round the outside. Has he done it? Oh, he's on the power. And I think he's done it round the outside. Incredible move from TY if he can pull this off. And he's done it. He's cleared him. TY into second place with probably the move of the race so far. Incredible around the outside of the hairpin. Neil Farmack now with C1. He knows that C1 won't attack him too much, so he'll have room to breathe on trying to pass TY. Further back, Red Bull, Rodders and Bidster go into the same corner that we've just seen there. As Red Bull runs wide, Rodders goes through on the inside. Can Bidster follow through? He needs to get all the positions he can in this to try and stop Neil Farmack from keeping it alive. Keeping the championship alive, that is it Bidster, almost contact with Red Bull as he goes around the outside of him, using the grip on the outside line to the advantage. He's on the outside again, but it might be able to get more grip around the outside, but door handle to door handle on the way out, and up the hill we go. Red Bull will have the pull up the hill. Bidster still keeping it on the inside, being brave on the inside line into the corner. Bidster gets through. This is how you do virtual sim racing, and this is how you overtake and have a good battle with each other. Respectful racing room makes great racing, and yes, I am shouting out to the other sim racing groups that are online. So you've got your virtual F1, your certain big names of the sports, and look, we're just a group of amateur guys, and our racing's twice as exciting as yours. It's brilliant. Red Bull goes out the corner and gets Keith back on the cutback. Brilliant move there by Red Bull as Keith loses a bit of time there. Bidster in 8th, Techno 9th, and we've got Intrepid back in 10th. Last lap now, Red Bull on the inside of Keith. Keith wanting to get all the points he can. There's Bidster's behind him. Bidster goes to the inside of his teammate, gets the power on, slides the car out the corner, can't quite do it. Can't quite get the power on enough. He's going to let Keith still attack Red Bull if he can. Meanwhile, TY still in second place, but I'll tell you one thing, Neil Farmack has not given up in this race. Not given up at all. He's right behind TY. TY third place weight in the championship. Neil second place weight in the championship. They're the opposite way around on track. But TY trying to hold on for a few more points for him too, because he's had a brilliant last half of the season. But the main championship battle is between Neil Farmack and Bidster. But Bidster's gone backwards here. Bidster's down to 10th. Intrepid's gone past him as well. So this could really open things up for the last two races. Because if they finish as it stands at the moment, it'll be equal points going into the well, not equal points. Sorry, it'll mean that Bidster's just got to finish the race. I think we'll have to see. You have to calculate it afterwards. But Cyrex comes out the last corner to take victory here at Red Bull Ring. Well done to Cyrex, fantastic win for him. TY is going to hold on to second place. Neil Farmack takes third, Seat 1 in fourth. We'll get the numbers in a minute for you, so sorry if I've confused anyone, but Rod is fifth, Keith sixth, Techno, Red Bull, and Red Bull's going to slow down for a penalty on the line, and it's going to be Keith, Techno, Red Bull, Intrepid, then Bidster in 10th. Scott finishes in 11th, give it a penalty there, and Firepower goes back down to 12th. What a race, and sorry for a bit of confusion there at the end but with the points, but I'm sure we'll get that clarified for you in a moment. So we'll just now go to the replays of the second half, followed by the results. Here's the replays of the second half of the race. Here's a quick replay on board with Intrepid on lap 5 into turn 4, and he just goes too wide, outbrakes himself, then he just hits TY as he comes back on, and then we go down the hill. We're all starting to fight in Intrepid, then goes down to 5th, and Seat 1 goes very, very wide as we go back up the inside, slides his way back down to 5th, and Intrepid up to 4th again, and now the battle continues. Now here's a replay of Intrepid on lap 7. This is what caused him to go right back down to the back of the field. He just goes way too hot into turn 3 and goes through the gravel. Luckily Subarus do gravel quite well, but still he rejoins in 10th. And now here's a replay on board with Bidster here, so watch this as you go into the corner. Got Red Bull and Keith alongside with brake, and then Red Bull and Keith go into the first corner. Keith runs wide, Red Bull goes for the switchback. Bidster gets the run on Techno out the corner. Brilliant racing back here, and then we go up the hill, and you see Red Bull and Keith still alongside each other. Keith just trying to edge it back, just trying to do what he can with that 40 kilos less on his car, and into the hairpin, braking into the inside, and then Bidster tries to sneak back past his teammate but gets a massive slide on, and then all continues as it was. And now here's a replay of something that happened further back. So on to the last lap we go with Scott. He's looking for a way past Intrepid. He's in the draft, he pulls out to overtake, but then brakes late, but went way too late and goes straight on and almost goes to visit the local shops. And here's the replay on the last lap of what caused Bidster to go down the field. So he's braking, and then has to avoid his teammates. He just brakes way too late onto the grass, picks up the throttle, quickly gets the car back on the track and avoids Intrepid, but now he's back in 10th. That was the replays of the second half, and now to the results. So it's Cyrex who takes victory. Well done to Cyrex, a fantastic win for him. And then it's second place to TY after a brilliant scrap with Neil in Seat 1, but he takes second, Neil third, Seat 4th. Rod is in 5th with Keith in 6th. Techno finishes 7th, Red Bull in 8th. We've got Intrepid in 9th, just ahead of Bidster in 10th. Scott finishes in 11th with Firepower in 12th. And the fastest lap of the race goes to Cyrex at 1:38.8. And as you come back from that, then your winner is Cyrex in the Ford Focus there. Well done to Cyrex. He's not had many shows this season because of internet trouble and personal issues, but he's back on and he's won a race. Brilliant job by Cyrex, showing that he's still got the pace to keep up with the best. And also now that means, guys, going into the last two races, Bidster only needs to finish one of the races 10th or above, and he's won the championship. So we will see how he gets on in that one, and we'll see you for race 3, guys. We'll see you then. Take care. Thank you for watching another brilliant race by LPB Racing. Hope you'll enjoy that one. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more incredible racing in the future. And next time, everyone, it's going to be round 7, race 3 from Spa with the Porsche 919 Hybrid. You don't want to miss that.